Before you dive into this review, make sure you watch The Perfect Union on Sonia Uche TV on YouTube, and then come back here so we can gist about it together in the comments. This movie carries plenty of real-life lessons, emotional tension, and those everyday struggles that many people can actually relate to. Disclaimer: this review is for entertainment, commentary, and educational purposes only. All movie clips, characters, and storyline belong to the original creators and producers featured on Sonia Uche TV. Some Nollywood movies do not need too much shouting or over-dramatic scenes before they grab your attention. The Perfect Union starts with simple, everyday moments, yet underneath those ordinary conversations lies a deeper story about survival, emotional stress, and relationship problems many people can relate to. The movie opens inside a typical Nigerian compound environment, and immediately we are introduced to a young lady who is clearly struggling to find stability in life. From one neighbor to another, people keep calling her for small favors. One person tells her that if rain starts falling, she should help pack clothes inside. Another asks her to help deliver a message. Someone else asks her to help keep a key for a roommate. At first, these scenes may seem funny and harmless, but they quietly reveal how people often treat unemployed or struggling individuals. Because she appears available and jobless, everyone assumes she has enough free time to help them run errands with them. What makes these opening scenes emotional is the way the young lady responds respectfully, despite her obvious frustration. She does not insult anybody or complain loudly. She simply keeps moving, trying to remain calm while carrying her own worries silently. The dialogue in these scenes felt very natural. It sounded exactly like everyday conversations that happen in many Nigerian compounds. That realism immediately helps viewers connect with the story because it feels authentic instead of overly scripted. As the movie continues, we begin to understand that this young woman is desperately searching for work and trying to improve her condition. She moves from place to place looking for opportunities, hoping someone will finally give her a chance. One of the most touching moments happens when she enters a dry cleaning shop to ask for work. Instead of receiving encouragement, she is dismissed almost immediately. The rejection was painful to watch because it reflects the reality many young Nigerians face daily. You keep trying, you keep asking, but doors keep closing. The actress handled those scenes very well because her facial expressions carried disappointment, exhaustion, and quiet frustration without needing too many words. You could feel the emotional weight she was carrying. But while the movie explores the hardship of unemployment and survival, it also shifts attention to another major storyline: the troubled relationship between Greg and Vanessa. Greg is introduced as a businessman under serious pressure. From his phone conversation, it is obvious he is chasing an important government contract and cannot afford failure. He sounds stressed, determined, and mentally exhausted. The movie does a good job showing how outside pressure can affect behavior inside relationships. Immediately Greg enters the house, he becomes upset after discovering the living room untidy. Everywhere is scattered, and instead of peace after a stressful day, he walks into another situation that frustrates him. Vanessa, however, does not see the issue the same way. She explains that she has been busy working on product advertisements because she is an influencer. To her, she was also working and handling responsibilities in her own way. This argument between Greg and Vanessa was actually deeper than ordinary cleaning complaints. The movie was quietly addressing a common modern relationship problem: lack of understanding and appreciation between partners. Greg clearly does not respect Vanessa's influencing career the way he respects his own work. At the same time, Vanessa seems tired of carrying domestic expectations alone while still trying to build her own career. That is what made the scene interesting, because both characters had understandable perspectives. Greg wanted peace and order after a stressful day. Vanessa wanted recognition and support instead of constant criticism. Unfortunately, instead of communicating properly, both of them became defensive. The argument gradually became emotionally intense because neither person wanted to listen carefully to the other. Vanessa eventually walks away, while Greg keeps shouting her name in frustration. That scene alone carries an important lesson many couples can learn from. Sometimes relationships do not break because love disappeared. They break because communication and understanding disappeared. The movie also deserves praise for how realistic the acting felt during these moments. The reactions, facial expressions, and body language felt believable instead of exaggerated. Another thing I appreciated about The Perfect Union was the balance between emotional drama and social reality. The story does not focus only on romance. It also highlights unemployment, financial pressure, emotional exhaustion, and the hidden struggles people face daily. The contrast between the two storylines was very effective. On one side, we have a young lady struggling to survive and searching for work. On the other side, we have a couple that appears comfortable financially, but is emotionally disconnected. The movie quietly asks an important question. What truly makes a union perfect? Is it money, love, peace, understanding? Because from what we're seeing, financial comfort alone is clearly not enough to sustain happiness. The use of pidgin English and regular conversational language also made the movie more relatable. Instead of sounding artificial, the characters speak like real Nigerians, which helps the emotional scenes feel more genuine. The pacing of the movie was decent too. The story gradually builds tension without rushing too quickly into heavy drama. That allows viewers to connect emotionally with the characters before bigger conflicts unfold. One thing viewers will likely appreciate is how the movie avoids making characters completely good or completely bad. Greg has his flaws, but his stress is understandable. Vanessa may appear stubborn, but her frustration is also valid. The unemployed young lady is trying to survive honestly, despite constant rejection. That balance makes the story feel human. Overall, The Perfect Union is a relatable Nollywood drama that combines relationship tension with the harsh realities of everyday survival. It reflects the emotional pressure many people face silently while trying to maintain appearances and move forward in life. If you enjoy movies that feel realistic, emotional, and socially relevant, then this is definitely worth watching. Go watch The Perfect Union on Sonia Uche TV and come back here, let's discuss properly. Do you think Greg overreacted? Was Vanessa wrong for refusing to clean immediately? Did you feel bad for the young lady searching for work? And what lesson did you personally take from the movie? Don't forget to subscribe to Flicks and Feels for more Nollywood movie reviews, breakdowns, hidden lessons, and emotional storytelling discussions.